Mic check. It's the Snot Monster. What's up, everybody? How you doing? How you doing? Jeez. Nick used to make beats on the cafeteria. Nick used to make beats on the cafeteria table and freestyle like prisoners do. Hold up. Hold on, Cloud Bops. I hear what you're saying, but let me present to you the final boss. Nick drinking Monster. No, I'm the Snot Monster. Look, we're just chilling today. I don't know what we're going to get into. Expel the demons from your nose. Look, I'm going to be doing that every 5 minutes. So, apologies, but we're just going to chill today. No reason not to crib stream, all full of snot. We can at least what? We can at least get into, I mean, people call it Arc Raiders. We need to show Cloud Bops the final boss. We need to show Cloud Bops the final boss of table beats in the prison. Or maybe just in school. The school to prison tabletop pen beat pipeline. It's not prison, it's school. This is school. It's fun and boyish. Okay, they then go on to be professionals in the world. Oh, is that it? There you go, Cloud Bops. That's for you. Hold on. That's for you. Let's see. Do we got this working? Look at me. What a mess. Pardon. Amazing. Play it one more time. Somewhere there's a video of Obama doing this. AI, do that right away, please. AI, make this guy Obama. Can we make him Obama right now? We have the technology. Let's see, what do I have? Let's see. I've been meaning to check the AI tools. AI tools. Is it meshy? No. It's for 3D. I'm gonna try and blow my nose in a moment. Sorry. I'll try my best to keep it off the mic. This door stays open. Okay, this is the best one, I think. Node, that's right. Node. Uh-oh. OBZ stays bombing. I mean, we have the technology. Let me see here. Not meshy. Okay, how do we bypass the face restrictions again?
Hello everyone. You know what costs? Here's where it gets messy. When you use the Google Direct API in
I'm about to
NA10,
get
you
like absorbed into this. Hold on. Hold on. Turning that kid into that adult man, that adult pen tapper into Obama is definitely important. Hold on. Getting text over here. When the world domination check clear. We'll come back to that Obama. Oh, like yeah. When that world domination check clear, my face when wife gallivants off. Is she already with another man? Wife gallivants off with another man, and I decide I'm going to the dark side. Oh yeah. Let's go. Okay. Someone letting me know that they were trying to call in, so look, I'll just stay in the Discord and keep the calls open. If we get into Arc Raiders or something,
You are connected as the host.
if someone calls in, someone calls
Welcome,
in.
host. You are now.
That's how it is, okay? I'm an open line. Okay? So I like it like that. Pardon. It's gross. But yeah, thank you so much for joining anyways. We're chilling out here. Happy Thursday. Should be a nice chill Thursday, Friday. Christmas is here in no time, folks. Then we're gone for a bit. You know what I'm saying? Hanging out with the trees is looking better and better. What is this? Some paganism side quest? Get wrecked on Mario Kart, Nit. No. Why you? Should we work on our Mario 64 speedrun strats? It's okay. I'm already a pro. I think we can check that off. We could check it off that we did that. Okay, we could just say that we did that. All right, Discord. What's going on here? I'm trying to just sit in the voice channel there if anybody pops in, but it's just not going. Discord's just not going. I'm gonna give it a sec. It was so easy to emulate, so I don't know. I mean, I think you have to if you want to do all the tricks. I think it's something you have to do. So I heard Hake talking about the primetime address. Was this important? I might watch that in a sec. We're acquiring assets right now. Hold on. Lord, did I just ruin my mic? Hold on. Test, mic check, mic check. Here. Is this loud? Is this nice and loud? This is all in Asian. What? Are the best AI stuff in Chinese? You're gonna do me like that? No. That's not it. Look at this guy. Obama. He's crashing my computer. Come on, Obama. Okay, I'm sorry. I take it back. Call him off, Obama. Call your boys off. Everything's crashing. Discord's not starting. Obama. Can we talk about it? Okay, my bad. Here's what we'll do. Explore. There it is. Restart. Oh, it's Chrome is the problem. Okay, Obama, I'll leave you alone. Crash Chrome, why don't you? All right, we'll leave him alone. That's a sign. That's a sign to leave him alone. Jeez. So wait, a primetime address like you're watching TV at and then it interrupts your programming, your regularly scheduled programming? Fact-checking Trump's primetime address. Is that what happens? Wait, no, I'm sorry. My question is far more basic, USA Today. What is a primetime address? I'm an anchor baby. You know, they gotta cater the internet to the new average IQ here. Come on. What a mess. Primetime address is a major televised speech, usually by a national leader. Let's turn that down. Given during evening hours when the largest television audience is watching. Seemed pretty important.
This is a CBS News special.
Hey, Canada, you were on hold. Your call's messed up. Call me back. Hold on, my headphones are messed up too.
Report, I'm Nora O'Donnell, and we come on the air as President Donald Trump is about to
before making.
And here now is the president in the diplomatic reception room.
Good evening, America.
Mic check, mic check, mic check. Mic check, mic check. There we go. Mic check, mic check. There we go. Testing 1, 2, 3. Mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check. Okay.
11 months ago, I
I mean, this might be
mess.
pretty important. I have not seen this at all, folks. I can't really be talking so much. Here, watch this for a bit.
And I'm fixing it. When I took
Interpreter who were killed in Syria over the weekend. Here now is the president in the diplomatic reception room.
Good evening, America. 11 months ago, I inherited a mess, and I'm fixing it. When I took office, inflation was the worst in 48 years, and some would say in the history of our country, which caused prices to be higher than ever before, making life unaffordable for millions and millions of Americans. This happened during a Democrat administration, and it's when we first began hearing the word affordability. Our border was open, and because of this, our country was being invaded by an army of 25 million people, many who came from prisons and jails, mental institutions, and insane asylums. They were drug dealers, gang members, and even 11,888 murderers, more than 50% of whom killed more than one person. This is what the Biden administration allowed to happen to our country, and it can never be allowed to happen again. We had men playing in women's sports, transgender for everybody, crime at record levels with law enforcement, and words such as that just absolutely forbidden. We had the worst trade deals ever made, and our country was laughed at from all over the world, but they're not laughing anymore. Over the past 11 months, we have brought more positive change to Washington than any administration in American history. There has never been anything like it, and I think most would agree. I was elected in a landslide, winning the popular vote and all 7 swing states and everything else, with a mandate to take on a sick and corrupt system that really just took the wealth from people and crushed the dreams of the American people. For the last 4 years, the United States was ruled by politicians who fought only for insiders, illegal aliens, career criminals, corporate lobbyists, prisoners, terrorists, and above all, foreign nations, which took advantage of us at levels never seen before. They flooded your cities and towns with illegal aliens. They decimated your hard-earned savings. They indoctrinated your children with hate for America. They just released a level of violent felons that we had never seen to prey on innocent. They caused war. They caused mayhem. They caused a horrible situation all over the globe. But now you have a president who fights for the law-abiding, hardworking people of our country, the ones who make this nation run, who make this nation work. And after just 1 year, we have achieved more than anyone could have imagined. Starting on day one, I took immediate action to stop the invasion of our southern border. For the past 7 months, 0 illegal aliens have been allowed into our country, a feat which everyone said was absolutely impossible. Do you remember when Joe Biden said that he needed Congress to pass legislation to help close the border? He was always blaming Congress and everyone else. As it turned out, we didn't need legislation. We just needed a new president. We inherited the worst border anywhere in the world, and we quickly turned it into the strongest border in the history of our country. In other words, in a few short months, we went from worst to best. We're deporting criminals, restoring safety to our most dangerous cities. Just take a look at Washington, D.C. It's at levels of safety that we've never seen before. And they decimated the bloodthirsty foreign drug cartels. We did that all by ourselves with our people, and we're so proud of it because they were poisoning and destroying our population. Drugs brought in by ocean and by sea are now down 94%. We have broken the grip of sinister woke radicals in our schools, and control over those schools is back now in
Thanks, calls. We'll do calls. We'll just chill. We'll do calls. We'll do everything. Appreciate the patience.
the hands of our great and loving states where education belongs. After rebuilding the United States military in my first term, and with the addition we are adding right now, we have the most powerful military anywhere in the world, and it's not even close. I've restored American strength, settled 8 wars in 10 months, destroyed the Iran nuclear threat, and ended the war in Gaza, bringing for the first time in 3,000 years peace to the Middle East, and secured the release of the hostages, both living and dead. Here at home, we're bringing our economy back from the brink of ruin. The last administration and their allies in Congress looted our Treasury for trillions of dollars, driving up prices and everything at levels never seen before. I am bringing those high prices down and bringing them down very fast. Let's look at the facts. Under the Biden administration, car prices rose 22% and in many states 30% or more. Gasoline rose 30 to 50%. Hotel rates rose 37%. Airfares rose 31%. Now, under our leadership, they are all coming down and coming down fast. Democrat politicians also sent the cost of groceries soaring, but we are solving that too. The price of a Thanksgiving turkey was down 33% compared to the Biden last year. The price of eggs is down 82% since March, and everything else is falling rapidly. And it's not done yet, but boy, are we making progress. Nobody can believe what's going on. Here are just some of the efforts that we have underway. You will see in your wallets and bank accounts in the new year. After years of record-setting falling incomes, our policies are boosting take-home pay at a historic pace. Under Biden, real wages plummeted by $3,000. Under Trump, the typical factory worker has seen a wage increase of $1,300. For construction workers, it's $1,800. For miners, we're bringing back clean, beautiful coal. It's $3,300. And for the first time in years, wages are rising much faster than inflation. Remember that. The wages, just look at it. Wages are going up much faster than inflation. How big is that? Very importantly, there are more people working today than at any time in American history.
Just a little longer, I think.
And 100% of all jobs created since I took office have been in the private sector. Think of that. 100% of all jobs have been in the private sector rather than government, which is the only way to make a country powerful and great. This historic trend will continue. Already, I've secured a record-breaking $18 trillion of investment into the United States, which means jobs, wage increases, growth, factory openings, and far greater national security. Much of this success has been accomplished by tariffs. My favorite word, tariffs, which for many decades have been used successfully by other countries against us, but not anymore. Companies know that if they build in America, there are no tariffs, and that's why they're coming home to the USA in record numbers. They're building factories and plants at levels we haven't seen, AI, automobiles. We're doing what nobody thought was even possible, not even remotely possible. There has never, frankly, been anything like it. 1 year ago, our country was dead. We were absolutely dead. Our country was ready to fail, totally failed. Now, we're the hottest country anywhere in the world, and that's said by every single leader that I've spoken to over the last 5 months. Next year, you will also see the results of the largest tax cuts in American history that were really accomplished through our great, big, beautiful bill, perhaps the most sweeping legislation ever passed in Congress. We wrapped 12 different bills up into one beautiful bill. That includes no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security for our great seniors. Under these cuts, many families will be saving between $11,000 and $20,000 a year, and next spring is projected to be the largest tax refund season of all time. Because of tariffs, along with the just
Is this what Michael from Canada was talking about?
passed one big beautiful bill, tonight I am
If
also
he does this, then he's actually amazing. He did amazing.
proud to announce that more than 1,450,000, think of this, 450,000 military service members will receive a special, we call Warrior Dividend before Christmas, a Warrior Dividend. In honor of our nation's founding in 1776, we are sending every soldier $1,776. Think of that. And the checks are already on the way. Nobody understood that one until about 30 minutes ago. We made a lot more money than anybody thought because of tariffs, and the bill helped us along. Nobody deserves it more than our military, and I say congratulations to everybody. And by the way, we now have record enlistment in our military, and last year we had among the worst recruitment numbers in our military's history. What a difference a year makes. In addition, I'm doing what no politician of either party has ever done, standing up to the special interests to dramatically reduce the price of prescription drugs. I negotiated directly with the drug companies and foreign nations, which were taking advantage of our country for many decades, to slash prices on drugs and pharmaceuticals by as much as 400, 500, and even 600%. In other words, your drug costs will be plummeting downward. And I used the threat of tariffs to get foreign countries who would never have done it to pay the cost of this giant dollar reduction. They stopped ripping us off, and it began as of 4 days ago. There has never been anything like this in the history of our country. Drugs have only gone up, but now they'll be going down by numbers never conceived possible. It's called Most Favored Nation. And no president has ever had the courage or ability to get this done until now. The first of these unprecedented price reductions will be available starting in January through a new website, trumprx.gov. And these big price cuts will greatly reduce the cost of health care. I'm also taking on the gigantic health insurance companies that have gotten rich on billions of dollars of money that should go directly to the people. The money should go to the people, that's you, so they can buy their own health insurance, which will give far better benefits at much lower costs. It will be far better health insurance. The current Unaffordable Care Act was created to make insurance companies rich. It was bad health care at much too high a cost, and you see that now in the steep increase in premiums being demanded by the Democrats, and they are demanding those increases, and it's their fault. It is not the Republicans' fault. It's the Democrats' fault. It's the Unaffordable Care Act, and everybody knew it. Again, I want the money to go directly to the people so you can buy your own health care. You'll get much better health care at a much lower price. The only losers will be insurance companies that have gotten rich, and the Democrat Party, which is totally controlled by those same insurance companies. They will not be happy, but that's okay with me, because you, the people, are finally going to be getting great health care at a lower cost. Another major focus is the cost of energy. For years, the radical left Democrats exploited the green energy scam as an excuse to funnel many billions of dollars into their own massive slush funds, as their energy restrictions drastically drove up prices, and they drove them up at record levels. Electricity costs surged 30 to 100% under Biden, and the typical family lost $5,000 to $10,000 in higher energy costs. Think of that, $5,000 to $10,000 you lost. On day one, I declared a national energy emergency. Gasoline is now under $2.50 a gallon in much of the country. In some states, it, by the way, just hit $1.99 a gallon. And within the next 12 months, we will have opened 1,600 new electrical generating plants, a record, and it's a record that won't be beaten by practically, I would say, by anybody, or certainly not very soon. Prices on electricity and everything else will fall dramatically. The Democrat inflation disaster, again, the worst in the history of our country, also robbed millions of Americans of home ownership and indeed the American dream. The yearly cost of a typical new mortgage increased by $15,000 under Democrat rule. In 11 months, we've already gotten that annual cost down by $3,000, and it's coming down a lot lower. Wait till you see. The numbers are going to be shocking. And I'll soon announce our next chairman of the Federal Reserve, someone who believes in lower interest rates by a lot, and mortgage payments will be coming down even further. Early the new year, and you will see this, in the new year, I will announce some of the most aggressive housing reform plans in American history. A major factor in driving up housing costs was the colossal border invasion. We have never been invaded. This is the worst thing that, frankly, in my opinion, the worst thing that the Biden administration did to our country is the invasion at the border. The last administration and their allies in Congress brought in millions and millions of migrants and gave them taxpayer-funded housing while your rent and housing costs skyrocketed. Over 60% of growth in the rental market came from foreign migrants. At the same time, illegal aliens stole American jobs and flooded emergency rooms, getting free health care and education paid for by you, the American taxpayer. They also increased the cost of law enforcement by numbers so high that they are not even to be mentioned. For the first time in 50 years, we are now seeing reverse migration as migrants go back home, leaving more housing and more jobs for Americans. In the year before my election, all net creation of jobs was going to foreign migrants. Since I took office, 100% of all net job creation has gone to American-born citizens, 100%. In the end, government either serves the productive, patriotic, hardworking American citizen, or it serves those who break the laws, cheat the system, and seek power and profit at the expense of our nation. Look at Minnesota, where Somalians have taken over the economics of the state and have stolen billions and billions of dollars from Minnesota and indeed from the United States of America. And we're going to put an end to it. For so long as before my election, the vast majority of good and decent Americans were forced to watch as corrupt politicians plundered the halls of power, exploited our taxpayers, and pillaged every system that makes civilized society function. But not anymore, and you see that every day, not anymore. We're putting America first, and we are making America great again. Very simple. We are making America great again. Tonight, after 11 months, our border is secure. Inflation is stopped. Wages are up. Prices are down. Our nation is strong. America is respected, and our country is back, stronger than ever before. We're poised for an economic boom, the likes of which the world has never seen. Soon we will host the World Cup and the Olympics, both of which I got. But most importantly, we will celebrate the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence. There could be no more fitting tribute to this epic milestone than to complete the comeback of America that began just 1 year ago. When the world looks at us next year, let them see a nation that is loyal to its citizens, faithful to its workers, confident to its identity, certain to its destiny, and the envy of the entire globe. We are respected again like we have never been respected before. To each and every one of you, have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. God bless you all.
Tonight, the President of the United States in that prime.
Cool. Man, I love this guy. Oh, man. We could discuss it if you guys want. I'm going to mute myself a bunch. Discuss the ins and outs of what he said. That's not true. But he set the frame there. You understand? Now we got to respond to that. And even if, like, I love everything he said. You can't deny that. Yeah. So, I love the guy. Always have. Total legend. I know his heart's in the right place. I've never said he was what you guys, what a lot of people say he's supposedly. They say he's a lot of things. I remember years ago, instinctually, without knowing what I'm even saying, I was saying, okay, nice. Trump's here. Now, what are we supposed to do? What do we do next? I didn't even mean politically and like the next movement and 2028's on my mind. I just remember saying that, like, okay, Trump's that guy. He's this person. We discussed it on Punchy yesterday. We discussed a lot of things. So if you guys check out the Punchy episode, you see us go back and forth about a lot of things you guys talk about. But I mean, I love the guy. You gotta love that address. It's apparently an address to the nation. It's how they do them. They interrupt TV. I've never watched it. I didn't see this. It sounds important, right? So we got to watch it here in the snot stream. But I mean, I don't watch TV, right? So, but I love that. I love everything he said, and that's what it sounds like he gets it. I'd like to know personally. I do want to know. Maybe I'm being autistic about this. Like, bro, stop. Like, shut up, Nick. Stop. Like, you know, that's the kind of stuff where like you're supposed to just get without saying out loud, because that might be more problematic. But I gotta, maybe I'd like to know, sir. It's like, you know, why there seems to be deals. There seems to be deals with Indians and stuff. Like, you could deport all sorts of people, but the Indians, don't touch the Indians. I don't know. It's just vibes I get. But you know, I love the guy. Amazing address tonight. We can now. You got to discuss this. Now you got to see blah blah blah, and that's what, like, maybe call me. You can criticize me for it. I'll call it shallow, because I see the spirit. Okay, he's the guy. He's the guy for the job. Here he is. This is who we have. Amazing. Pardon, I keep trying to mute myself. So yeah, maybe you guys know the ins and outs of what he said there. Lines are open, you know, we're chilling. Jermaine, I got Jermaine, man. We got Canada on the air. Awesome, man. Merry Christmas and all that. Welcome.
Hey, Nick.
I know you've been holding for a bit. So, oh, there you go. Quick to the draw, sir. I appreciate it.
Oh, yes. Sorry about earlier. I couldn't hear you, so I went back on YouTube and I was playing the stream while the call was on.
No problem.
And I'm like, oh, okay.
I gotta figure out how that even works. Be able to pipe in all the audio to the call.
Yeah. Man, Punchy yesterday was interesting.
Nice, man.
That's what I'm calling about.
Love it.
So, I guess at the end, Derek and Josh had a little thing going on there. So
yeah. If I may, Josh was like, let the immigrants in, man. I'm sorry, that's my best attempt at a Josh. Go ahead.
Yeah. So
I think we need the immigrants, man.
Oh. Wait, you said we need the immigrants, right?
That's me. That's me doing an impression of Josh. That's my best. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I think we need the immigrants, man.
So, you know, I mean, he was saying that the blue collars run society pretty much. I mean, in a sense,
what'd you think about that?
Yes, in a sense, but really, you know, I mean, the blue collar kind of do electrical work, plumbing work, which makes society run, but you know, it's the government. Those are the people in charge, because you need leadership, right, to make these kind of, what do you call it now, operation function properly, right?
Maybe.
You have to do the logistic, makes the deal, and then the business in society get these contracts and negotiate them. So there's a bunch of nuance in there. But yeah, I mean, they're both kind of right when I think about it, actually. So
yeah, because think about it. Is that leading, or is that just another role? You know what I'm saying? Like, when someone's like a leader in a squad, that's not exactly because they are the best at everything. No, their job is simply to lead. Well, that's just me just spitballing too, because I basically agree. Like, if you think reasonable, let's be rational though, Josh, for a second. If we could talk to his apparition for a moment, it's like, let's be rational, bro. Like, obviously, the ones who have who actually lead society are those who are exerting that influence. So no, the blue collars have not united and are exerting their leverage, their influence. But I mean, it still exists. So I like that he brought it up. I thought it was quite interesting.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of the I think they call him the Brahmin. The
Brahmin?
They used to have there was a much. It used to be a caste system in India that was much more closer followed a long time ago than it is today, if at all. And it's a way of ordering society. If you were born into a certain caste, and that determined what kind of jobs you did and what place you held in society. And in old Indian society, the Brahmin were the lowest class. They dealt with garbage, sanitation. And there's a story. I was watching this historian describe in at length this depiction or story, I forget, of this Brahmin class basically becoming over time a sort of mafia and running things in a sense to some degree, in that because they pretty much held the monopoly on cleaning stuff. The other castes weren't allowed to touch the garbage. They're not the untouchables like the low class. So the low class controlled garbage and cleaning. So that's what they did. They charged premiums. They started like controlling that. You understand what I'm saying here?
Yeah.
I thought of that when Josh spoke, but I don't know if that's happening in America. Bringing it back to reality, just things I thought of.
Interesting though. They touch on another. See, now I'm gonna have to. But that's what I'm saying, right? You need both of these people working together to make it work. But
Right.
they brought up another point saying, well, Trump was brought up and saying, because they were talking about going to college and don't going to college, and then Trump was brought up about money or skills, which one pay the bills. So that was interesting because again, you can have the skills, but without the money, I don't know if it's going to take you anywhere, right? Because just use Jesse for an example. Jesse got the skills, he got the knowledge, the wisdom, but yet he hire you guys because you guys are good in the tech and different department. That's gonna help him get noticed more and push the message out, right? So then again, skill is necessary, and the skill brings in the money. But like I said, they're both all right, which is interesting, right?
I don't
That
quite
was
get
my
your
main
example
thing.
though, because in my mind, Jesse's skills paid his bills, and then using that money, he then paid then we with our skills pay our bills, thanks to the bills that were paid by Jesse's skills. We use
Yeah,
our
yeah,
skills to pay those bills. It seems I don't
yeah.
understand your example. It seems like the skills are paying the bills
So
here.
so Jesse, right? Jesse, he built this company, right? He got the skills, right? So the skills help him obtain a level of what do you call it, of maintaining the business, right? But but if you're a politician, I mean, you can get your name out there in some ways with your skills, but you need workers, right, that are skilled in different departments, like accountant, legislation, what do you call it, admin, operations, right, in different areas. So he uses skill to obtain certain amount, but then he hire other people that have different skills that will add on to his and make it grow even further. See what I'm saying? Is my phone ringing?
I don't. I just don't. It sounds like in your speech you're describing a comparison, a dichotomy, but I don't see the two sides.
No. So okay, let's say he had skill and no
Hmm.
money. How
Hmm.
is he gonna pay the bills?
Because maybe I reject maybe I reject that. Tell me where I'm wrong, but it's like why doesn't he have money? Maybe he doesn't really have skills. Because if he has skills, he'd be paying the bills.
I
Skills
mean,
that are
I
useful,
somewhat
skills that people
disagree
want
because
and need. Tell me why. Go
there's a
ahead.
lot of people that have skills, but they can't pay the bill. You
Like
know,
who?
like they go to college and they get their skills, but they can't find work, and they're not smart enough to create a business. They got skills, but they can't pay the bills.
Oh,
So it's kind of a paradox, I think. You know?
well, okay. put it like this because you're reminding me a lot of the like back and forth and the different thinkings on this like the economic problems, but you also have to not have a bad attitude and just pull yourself up and like work hard. You know what? I gotta say, I don't know what's really going on with the economy, but you know what? And you know what? Yes, as we say, whites are being attacked. There's DEI, etc. Yes, there are people who are gonna say, there are white people who are gonna be like, who are gonna act like a victim, and their life is gonna get worse. But you know what? That being said, even if there is a subset of the population that takes it wrong and becomes a victim, we still need to fix. There still needs to be this concerted effort that is geared against white, against America, against and anything related to it. It doesn't always have to be like just people who want to be law-abiding. You know how law-abiding citizens are like they're regulated against, and the criminals are allowed to run free. All the way there. So, so it doesn't. If some people are going to, become a victim, fine, but it still needs to be fixed. I don't know where the actual line lies. Why people aren't getting hired? Yeah. If they're just lazy, or if they just don't have the right spirit, or are they being left out? I mean, literally every day I see stats. They show. They like got the stats now. Before it was like an intellectual conversation. Like, are you just not like working hard enough? But now we're seeing companies fully outwardly saying we are removing white people. We are removing skilled men, young people, because it goes beyond white people, right? Because they're removing the white people but they're also removing skilled people and people who care about America, all that. So it's a cascading thing. And that cascades all the way to just simply law abiding who just wants to say, let's go, let's make this place great. So, tell me what you think if I'm hitting there.
I mean, let's use Canada for an example, because, all the Indians, they're buying up the Canadian Tires, the Tim Hortons, the McDonald's, the Swiss Chalet, all these other businesses. And when you go in these stores, they're all Indians, right? Mm-hmm. So I can't say, listen, Canadians, they brought this problem on themselves, to be honest. So now, guess what you have to do? You're going to have to work to take back your country, right?
Right.
You can't play victim. I mean, yes, there's some things happening that are not right. They're not true. But playing the victim is not going to solve the issue. You got to make things right now, because you think you're making things right by having these feelings and feeling sorry for these people, but now they're going to come into your country and they're going to change it, and it's not going to be to the law-abiding. You know what? A lot of white people are law-abiding citizens when I actually think about it. But these people are coming in. They're not accumulating to your culture and to the law, which is the problem now, because they're just hiring their own people because they're for their people. But that's my put on that part.
Yeah, I think you're on to something there, it's gotta, like, no matter what's going on, the attitude's got to be the same. But it is like an outward, now in our faces thing. We are telling you, we're going to keep the skilled, the men, the white. We're going to keep them out. We're going to lessen them.
Sorry, I didn't catch that. You said they're gonna keep
or
kick them out.
Oh, keep them out. Keep them out. Keep the skilled, the white, the male. Keep them out.
Okay.
The companies, the culture is at this point blatant now with it.
I don't know. I don't think I fully heard your sentence, because it's a little bit. I think your mic's a little bit low or something.
Let me see here. Yeah, it sounded like where was that? I mean, I was just saying, the culture is open now and blatant with how they're outward with it and keeping the white, the skilled, the patriotic out of the playing field, so to speak.
Oh, Oh yeah, I remember you guys talking about with DEI and
Right.
the white men are so privileged, so
That wasn't
we're
just a
gonna.
cute little. Okay, we just care about minorities too. That was, we are removing you people. This, your time is up. That's what DEI is. And
Interesting.
we now have seen the fruits. I mean, what is it? Is this the only Indian congressman? Is it a congressman, Shri Tanidar? The first one that gets there, and he's like, "I'm here, and all I'm going to do is bring more Indians." What's this guy? Shri Tanidar,
But
U.S. representative.
you know,
Maybe I don't know. You were saying?
but you know what's funny, Nick? I mean, to be honest, I work with Chinese people, and I know you guys were saying, bring them in for the tech jobs, and they're not loyal. And Hake is so right on this. They're not loyal.
Yeah, they're
I
smart.
question a couple. I
High
question a
IQ,
couple
sure.
of people, and yeah, they get their permanent resident, and I'm like, are you gonna, get your citizenship in Canada? You're like, no, I'm keeping my Chinese one, and because they don't want to get kicked out of China, right?
Right.
So they're not loyal, man. They're just here to use the system, and that's pretty much
They're
it.
not loyal. Yeah, man.
But
it's how it
I
is.
mean, if we can use them in a good way too, I guess it's a trade-off. But I don't know.
There's maybe ways, but the immigration thing is a huge one. Even small percentages, they stay. There's a large 600,000 Chinese students. There's gonna be some that stay, make babies, and all that. I'd like to know exactly why, but I've come to understand, maybe in my low information, kind of like where I'm at, I've come to understand that there are deals being made. And there's a way you can maybe say, look, I like that Trump is trying to be friends with China, for example. He's like, he's made it clear, like, hey, look, they're coming to study here. It's so that we can be friends with Beijing. You know that Washington wants war with Beijing. Did you see that New York Times piece just like 2 weeks ago?
No, I didn't see that.
Full page, like a huge piece. And it was like, America must prepare for war. And it's like every Pentagon spook saying, time to prepare for war with China. There's plenty to, we did it on Punch. You went way back and forth on Trump and all that. I'd like to ask him, maybe myself too, sir, what's the deal here with, like, it's just like a deal with it, like Indians and stuff. But I think we are not noticing the things that are playing in the background. Imagine a guy. Are you understand what I'm saying here? He wants to be friends with Beijing, as in like economic competitors, not blow them up like Washington wants to do, because they dared to become, strong and invest in their own people, and not bring in all these immigrants. That's just my thoughts.
Yeah,
that's just my thoughts.
Yeah, because they were saying, Derek was saying they're nationalists first, and they're not. That's funny. Yeah,
they're a potency in the world.
Trump is trying to make it work, and I guess we'll just have a way to see about it, right? I don't know if I agree or disagree with him on this. I'm just having a way to see, have an open mind and see what's happening.
He has determined that 15 to 18% of the 600,000 students becoming permanent residents is a deal that he made. Fine. I think at the worst, it's what it is.
Nice. All right, man. I'll let you go, and we'll see who else gets to call in, and probably they'll have a chat about it too.
Yeah, thanks, Jermaine. It looks like we're just gonna chat it up. I don't know what I was expecting, just letting people talk or playing it, but we're just talking like we do normally, just full of boogers. But thank you, Jermaine. I appreciate it.
Nice. And you guys don't have a coffee for Punchy yet, if I remember. Hake was saying something about that, right?
What do you mean?
Like a buy me a coffee?
Oh,
thing?
You know what? I don't know. We may not have a buy me a coffee for Punchy yet.
Yeah. I think
That's
it's just YouTube.
I didn't even think about that, but I'm gonna put it on my
wanna
list
send
here to
you
bring it
YouTube.
up.
I don't want to censor YouTube because they take a.
Gotcha. Yep. They do really.
All right.
So that's big time appreciated, man.
All right, man. Sounds good.
Jermaine, Merry
Bye.
Christmas, sir. Thank you for that.
Oh
Call
yeah,
me
yeah.
again.
Merry Christmas, man.
Amazing. You like my... You don't like my character? You don't like my character in the dystopian future of Arc Raiders? Where robots, AI has... Some unknown AI robotic forces force humanity underground, and us, the Raiders, go to the surface, acquiring materials for the last vestiges of humanity that last. And you have a comment on the braids? It's ma'am. It's ma'am. Okay? It's ma'am. I got so many calls coming in, though. Name and where are you calling from? Hey, caller. Go ahead.
It's John from Florida.
What's up, John? How you doing, sir? Appreciate your call.
Doing well, doing well. And, yeah, I wanted to touch base on the caste system. As you
Okay.
brought it up a little bit earlier.
The cast.
I got a
yes.
friend. I got a friend that she does a lot of traveling, and she had gone over to India, and she's a very friendly person. Made friends with a Bollywood movie star over there.
Oh, wow.
Fast forward like a year, she was back home here in the States, and she gets a call from her friend, hey, I want you to come to my wedding. And she's like, well, I can't get over there. My passport's expired, and you're talking like 6 weeks. I can't get a passport that fast. So her friend said, hang on, let me make a phone call. So she called the American embassy over there and got it fast-tracked and everything, and she had a passport delivered to her house in like 3 weeks. But it's like the strength that the actors have over there, you know, like, hey, make it happen, and they did it. But she went over there, and when she arrived to stay with the family, she gets to the house, and they bring her in, and they've got, you know, they're what you would call like the Brahmins, the higher class people, and they had all these servant girls in the house. And it got really awkward for the people, the hosts, because my friend, she's, like I said, she's real friendly, gives everybody a hug, all that stuff. So when they introduce her to the servants,
she touched them.
she goes right over and hugs each one of them. And the host family are all like, what's she doing?
What the
And
hell?
and she was like, you know, describing everything. You know, they're all healthy, good, you know, people, but you know, they don't get afforded like the dental coverage and stuff. And it's like you could see, you know, all the host family, they've got all their teeth straight and everything, and the other, you know, the servants weren't. And they there's like 3 or 4 of them. They live in the house with the people. They sleep on the floor on mats. They go to bed after the host, and after the family goes to bed, then the servants go to bed. They get up before the family wakes up to start cooking breakfast and everything. And you know, when she started telling me about that, well, that was the first thing. How do you feel about the whole caste system? And then she's like, it's not as prominent, but it's still directly going on, without a doubt. You know, it has not ceased in that aspect. And you know, this is probably 5 years ago, maybe.
Wow, yeah, that's
kind of wild.
I really didn't know the details on that. I heard similar things, but there you go. See, it's like a enduring thing, so to speak. You know, you're making me think of, because I've seen the internet kind of commonly talk about this, and you know, they'll say, well, that's also a reason why you can't bring in a bunch of these people, because like they just think differently. They believe in castes, and I think there's far simpler reasons why they shouldn't come. But I get a little intellectual with this one because I think about the caste system. It's not as simple as just that's bad, we're good. Caste system old and primitive. We modern and better. If anything, I see it like this. I appreciate the ancient Indians because they were like some of the earliest societies. Look, one of the most important aspects of society that continues to today is who does what. Even now we're arguing about immigrants coming in. Jasmine Crockett's like, we don't want to do this work. Americans don't want to do this work. We should bring in these people and have them do it. One of the enduring questions of society is who does what and what's their job and what's their place in life, the hierarchy, or else it all falls apart. So that was just old. The caste, the primitive, so gross caste system was actually just was ancient, we're on the shoulders of Indians. If I may, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. That's just how they ordered society. We have a different way now. We have a little bit more freedom, as we like to call it. But it's all an interesting. There's a much grander force than us, these little individuals. What can I say? I'm just kind of talking ish now.
Yeah,
what do you think?
And you're right. They are one of the oldest functioning societies as far as like their religion. Hinduism, I think, is the oldest standing religion. I mean, it predates Buddhism.
Well, yeah, sure. Back then, now modern India is a sort of modern creation that's really kind of post-British colonialism, and you could say in many ways it's a failing society. I mean, there's trash everywhere. I mean, that's just one of the markers of a failing society, but. That's that. Where did that Indian go? Order your society. You guys had the caste system. Now you guys just like, I don't know, whatever. Now it's just like it's just like a cultural thing, as your friend maybe went and saw. But they used to have order, is what I'm trying to say. The evidence is they had a caste system.
Yeah. I like what you brought up, though, regarding Jasmine Crockett and talking about, well, we don't want to do that work. Let's bring them in. If I were a plantation owner or farm owner or whatever, and I had a choice, I could buy, comparing slavery to this day, if I could buy slaves, I have to feed them, I have to clothe them, I have to give them shelter. And if one dies, it costs me money. I got to buy another. But when you're talking with the illegals, I can pay them half the price or half the going wages. They'll work, and if one dies, there's another one ready to run in and jump in, take his place.
Right.
Kind of crazy in that aspect. So it's like you get rid of one system that's bad and put in another one that's worse.
Do you think Americans want to do those jobs, as they say, or don't? Do they want, or do they not?
So there's I'm sure there's Americans that want to work and aren't there, and then there's people like Jasmine Crockett that think they're too high and mighty to do such a thing. If they got that,
I like that
got
response.
that mindset. If they've got that mindset that they're better than that, they'd rather feed off the government, live in poverty, scam what they can, rather than go out and do a hard day's work. Absolutely.
I like that response. Yeah, we should not. People should have that internal attitude. That's only helped me. I don't know why I had it, but I think I had it young. Not above like a type of work. I'll do it. I'll do my best here, whatever it is.
I even argued with my younger brother about that once. He doesn't work, and this was years ago, and he wasn't working then either. And we were talking about finances, and he's got a degree to be an accountant, but he just doesn't do anything. Just lives with mom. But that's another story. But he's arguing with me, and he's like, everything I do is fiscal. And I laughed at him, and I told him, if you got a minimum wage job working at McDonald's, you would be more fiscal than sitting on your butt twiddling your thumbs, talking about it. You know, there's nothing about, you know, no two ways about it. And he kind of looked at me funny, and he just shut up right then and stopped arguing. He's like, I'm not going to even.
Help me understand, is when he said everything I do is fiscal, was he like lamenting or resenting that everything costs money and everything I do, the only value is money or something?
Trying to imply that, you know, oh, I'm trying to do this to make money or do that. I don't know what it was, but it didn't.
I think I get it.
You know,
that's such a
I think
basic
he was-
thing that we judge. It's like, yeah, you get up and you make money, so you eat. Don't give it a morality. Don't give it. It's like, oh, everything I'm just doing is fiscal. Welcome to the world.
Yes. Yeah, it's like, and I've got friends that have worked at every cabinet shop in the entire county here, and you know, throughout his life, he just couldn't get up in the morning. You know, if you had a 5-day work week, guaranteed he's only going to be there 4. And you know, now he can't get a job at any of the cabinet companies because they all know him. And if they don't know him, somebody works there that knows him, and it's like, yeah, you don't want to deal with him.
So that happens, huh?
So
I heard that recently.
It does.
So I heard someone else explain that recently, and I thought to myself, man, this person, why doesn't he get this type of work? He has this. I would be able to get that kind of job. It's a job I'm familiar with. I'd be able to get that job anywhere. And he's like, no, they all know me. So that happens, huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
You could you could be left out. You could be left out of a job market because like your actions, like your bad employment.
Yeah, and you know, he I'm sure when he does work, he can get work done and make money for the company, but you know, he spent so much time, and I honestly, I kind of blame my friends and my other friends, because when we were young, his dad worked like a machine. He'd go to work at 2 a.m. and come home at 5 p.m. And if you weren't, you know, and after school there was always a list. Here's your chores, get them done. So we'd go over and we'd help him do his chores. So we trained him that, oh, don't worry, we'll always be here to help you. Then when he turns 18, screws up, has problems, he's always relying on somebody else. And you know, now in our mid 40s, he's like, you know, I'm finally seeing and understanding what's going on. And you know, he's like, yeah, I can't get a job at a cabinet shop. I got to go work at Dunkin' Donuts or McDonald's or something. And that's the only way he's going to get it.
And you got to then do that quietly. You then just got to go, take the pain, speak no, right? You spent all your money on a game of pitch and toss, and you never speak on it, like the F poem, or if you know what I'm talking about. And then you just go on and work that Dunkin' Donuts, and then you don't speak to the soul about it. Just
nope.
But that's why you gotta leave people alone. Whatever. That's why they want to live.
Indeed, yeah. I'm like, hey, I don't engage with him. You know, he'll stop by my work once in a while and say hello, and I'm just like, oh boy, here we go. What's he gonna ask me for?
Well, that's your mind. Every interaction is fresh, even if it's going to be the exact same.
But yeah, that's about all I really wanted to.
Sir, John, man, I appreciate your call. Can you call me again?
And absolutely. And I guess one last little quick one. I
Sure.
sent you some more links about Joe Brown. Did you watch any of the short one?
No, I don't do homework.
I sent you a short one.
Okay.
It's only an 8-minute video.
8
I sent
minutes.
it to you, and it says in the subject, it's a short one, but that's the one that started me off, because he's talking about the MLK assassination.
Well, that might make me. Well, you saying it's short, it already helps. But I don't do homework, man. I'm sorry about that, John. I'm gonna check it out. I'll try my best.
8 minutes, so I think you could.
I think I could do
spare
that.
You don't have to watch the 2-hour, 3-hour, 5-hour interviews. Those are kind of long.
Thank you, John. Call me again.
But will do. Talk to you later.
F on my homework. I get a F. John Tejas, Texas. Since
Oh,
I had
hey, man.
since I had all of
Thank
y'all
you.
holding, I mean, please, let's show love to the cause. I appreciate it, John.
How are you, Nick? Nice to meet you.
All is well, sir.
So you were just saying this is going to be counterintuitive, and this is coming out of the snake pit.
Okay.
The snake pit, yeah. The, like, not saying anything, enduring patiently and everything, I get it. And it's necessary. You agree?
Enduring is necessary. Yes, for life.
Yes, but right after.
If you want
don't
life,
have any-
enduring is necessary. But if you don't want life, that's fine. You don't have to endure.
Yeah. Okay, what is life?
At this
I mean,
time,
look, let me just say, like, we were talking last week about working on ourselves, right?
Mhm.
So, like, you need God's help, right?
I think so.
So, a lot of people get the first part, but they don't get the second part. And,
Mhm.
I was just wondering, like, if I was going to go to an alpha male camp, would that really help me become alpha male? You know?
No, save your money.
It would just be taking my money. It would be a total. But
That will not make you
But I
alpha.
mean-
That will not make you. That will not. That's not life. That's more death.
so, like, it would almost turn me into a soldier, right?
If that's what you want to be, I thought you wanted to be a man or a free. I didn't know you wanted to be a soldier. But yes, you do go to boot camp to become a soldier. And if that's where you want to be, that's where you go.
Right, right. So in the role of society, where does the artist, where does he go to, where does the artist go to, like, endure and to pass that and become a man?
Within.
And then what is his place? What is his role in society, do you think? The artist.
That's not
What
his
is
role.
what did they do?
I don't know that one.
Sorry?
I don't know that one.
Yeah. Everybody really should look within and find their God-given talents and everything. Anyway, Nick, thanks, man.
Yeah, good questions, man. Nice.
Nice. Have a
Call
good
me
one.
again, sir. True. Nice questions. So you guys don't like It's Ma'am, but you're going to have to deal with It's Ma'am. Wow, is it already? What kind of sick stream is this? We're doing like a regular crib stream. What's up, Aaron? How you doing, sir?
Good. How are you, man? How's everything going?
Nice to hear from you, man. How you been?
I'm well, man. I'm well. I just finished up a jog and I was listening to your show the whole time. It's been amazing.
Dave, right on,
Amazing.
man. Amazing. Thank you for
I
that.
just I had to pop in after John's call. I think you were about to say something, and I'd like to know the answer because I think that was a great question. What he asked, he said, "What is life?" What do you remember what you were about to say to that? Or
Yeah, I was gonna say, not death.
Yeah, that's the only thing I could think of was everything that's not death. It makes it clear what life is. But I was also thinking like love and peace. But the first thing is like everything that's death. Everything that death is life is not. That's the only thing I can come up with.
Right. That's why I was trying to keep it short, or else I'm gonna start talking like put stuff I don't know what I'm talking about. But I'm like,
But yeah, why did
yeah, it's not death. I'll tell you that.
Amazing. Earlier, a gentleman called about a quote that Trump said. I don't want to misquote, so correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was money or skills. Which one pays the bills? Is that what Trump said?
That's what something Trump said. Now I'm totally not remembering how that came about.
Where did that come from? Do you remember at all? It doesn't. I guess it doesn't matter.
I have no clue.
Doesn't matter.
I thought it was just
Whatever.
simply like a conversation of, is it a matter of, is it, which one comes first? Like, do you have the money and then, I guess, that's how I thought it was. It's like, it's a comparative statement trying to compare two ways of thinking. One is, okay, either you have the talent, the IQ, the skills, the know-how, and then the money will obviously come, or does the money come first? And does the people who have money always just have money and pass it along, and they stay rich, and the rich get richer? What's the truth here? That's what I thought. That was a comparative statement of those kind of two thinkings.
Well, according to the statement, which at the second half says which one pays the bills. If it involves bills, then it involves like practically living in the world. And if that's the case, and I gotta say, skills don't matter. 0% skills don't matter if we're talking about like making a way financially in the world. I don't think skill matters at all. 0%. And I think it's all about just finding. It's like money is a river, and you just find a way to siphon off a little bit of that towards yourself. You know what I mean? That's what it seems
That
like.
is an interesting statement, sir.
What do you think about that?
It's I don't know. It's just a very interesting statement. It's one of those light up your imagination statements. I have someone who's not in a bad way, but it just makes you be creative. You're like, how can I get some of that river?
Yeah.
I have a friend deep in finance doing like, now he's like running stocks and crypto and all this stuff. And he says the same thing. He said, no, the market, it's like, it's just a matter of finding where the money is and flowing it to you.
That's it.
By various means. But yeah,
if you have skills,
providing the value.
Right. You know what I mean? Like if you have skills, then it just happens to be that thing that you use to get money. But if you have skills, those are nice to just like, you can just keep those to yourself, to be honest. Nobody ever has to know about your skills. You know what I mean?
So
like,
in the picture you're painting, if I may, let me try and put it in my words, see if I'm getting you right. Is the picture you're painting essentially, well, no, you guys are arguing about if it's like within the skills or if it's like handed down. No, you guys are missing the point. It's a matter of who sees the code, who sees the matrix, and like it's not skills. It's not what you guys are arguing about. It's like who's getting it.
I don't know if you guys were arguing really, but I don't know, man. The code, it's like when you say code now, it feels like complicated.
That does sound complicated,
huh? You know what I mean? Like it's, even if you don't say money, you could replace it with anything. Like let's say, okay, I'm playing a video game and then we need a resource. It's like, let's go to where the resource is and get that resource by any means necessary. It's just like, go get it.
Yeah.
Some people are better at getting it somehow. Some people use different tools to get it better or whatever. But the main goal is get that thing, and that's it. Some people use other people to get it, which I don't think is the best tool. I don't think that's
right. It's this picture that you painted that I was trying to describe. I think I'm understanding. There was like a Machiavellian sense to it. Not that that's like your morality or whatever, but you're saying in the picture you painted, that sounds like maybe a pretty cutthroat world. I wonder to myself, I can appreciate the reality of what you're saying, and then there's like getting money as something that is like, okay, you're saying like getting money, it's like that is the the standard
no.
here. If you could just get
No,
that.
I see what you're saying. No. The objective is, it's not by any means necessary. I think I might have said that, and I don't mean by any means necessary. And it's so weird, man, because it's a simple thing, but it kind of reveals the heart of the person and the way that they go about it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's just simple. It's like money, bills. Okay, now I need this money thing. Let me go get this money thing. If you hear that and you automatically go, oh dang, it's about to get dangerous, then it's like, what do you mean? You know?
Well,
what are
okay,
you
yeah.
thinking? Like,
True.
what are you thinking that it's about to get dangerous? Like,
Right.
it's not even.
Nobody
you
said
know,
that
it
yet.
doesn't
Who's
happen.
saying that? You said that.
No. Yeah, right, exactly. And then the ideas start happening, right? Then it gets cutthroat because of that first initial, like, oh, it seems scary. It's like, wait, what is scary about that? You know, you start to get nervous, and then it's crazy. But I don't think there's anything wrong with just a simple objective, like go get money.
Right.
That's it. You don't need
There's
skill.
something-
Don't think about.
There's
skill.
something transcendent about you saying it like that, because it's like it's a simple thing that you can acquire. When it's like people are like, whoa, I don't have the education, the parents, the know-how, the experience to get what these people have. When essentially you're breaking that paradigm and saying, breaking down that wall in the head and saying it's simply a thing you can get. You know what I mean? The same way I
Yeah.
can get this phone.
Yeah.
You know? So that's very I love that about it. Yeah, man.
it's easy.
Well, it's interesting too that's where afterwards the thoughts come in of like, well, I mean, by any means necessary. The by any means necessary comes later. I think that's a problem too with a bunch of these people who came into America.
Crazy.
I was reading this article. Well, I was hearing it about it on the Hake Report, about how America has basically become a scammer. It's like low to mid-level scams everywhere. And
Yeah.
I would hear about this growing up. My family members would say stuff about how it's so corrupt in the countries we come from. It's so corrupt. It's so corrupt. I literally thought about this today, how at that age, I could not imagine it. In my mind, I'm like, wow, this corrupt world. It sounds like a Gotham City. It sounds like a fantasy where and it sounds so scary and dark and people in hooded figures everywhere. But I really couldn't quite imagine it. Fast forward, hey, wake up. We're living in it. This is what they meant.
Right.
They meant this. They meant the like cell phone scam around the corner. The screen protectors double. They're charging you double. You didn't think so, etc. You know who buys screen protectors anymore? But like, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do. I think all of it comes from desperation. When people get desperate is when all that stuff comes out, man. The scamming, and then even the getting angry at the people that have scammed you. It comes from being like, oh, they took this from me. Now I'm not going to have enough, you know? And then you get desperate. It just hits this desperation level where you start thinking like, man, this place is getting, it's like, what? Things happen. It gets rough and stuff. But at the end of the day, is like, if you have a means to income, that's already a beginning. You know what I mean? That's everything can work from there. That's what I believe. And that's what it seems like to me. You know what I mean?
I got you, man.
To impose on anybody else.
No, the math has to make sense. The numbers have to make sense, and it's like a lot of people's lives they're tripping over. I think it's all. I like the awareness thing. I think awareness fits a lot with what you're saying. You know how many people simply just not aware of their bank account? Like they're just not aware. They literally do not look at it. They avert their gaze. They avert their eyes out of pain. And you wonder, it's like, I just don't know how to budget. I don't know how to do anything. And the math has to make sense. The numbers got to make sense. You know,
Totally
life's not going to work
that.
otherwise.
I definitely am familiar with that. I used to love to not look at my bank account and go out with my friends. That was the best time ever. It's always the best. And not even talk about it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or just make, you ever see people make those jokes? I used to do that too. It's like, oh man, I know this is gonna hurt tomorrow. It's like, why would it hurt tomorrow? Right. Watching it, you know what I'm saying? Like, why would you leave that shock for tomorrow, that pain, when you could just pay attention to what you're spending the whole time? It's a crazy joke, but yeah, man, crazy.
It's funny. Someone came to work and they were like, "I'm raw dogging work. I'm raw dogging life right now." They didn't have their phone.
Yeah,
you're making me think of that.
That's a crazy way to put it, but I think I understand.
Yeah.
Not having your phone. I do that sometimes when I run.
Nice.
It's actually, it's crazy. Like just to be alone with your thoughts and then also trying to endure a physical strain. It's like, it's like, uh, if sitting in silence is a flurry of thoughts, then being under like physical strain and trying to not think about it, or not even to try to not even think it away, is like so wild without any distraction. It's been a wild experience, at least from what I've seen.
There
That's
can
all I
be
had to
something
talk about.
spiritual. There can be something spiritual to physical exertion. Sometimes I've had the similar thought, but it seems like there might be some. There's sometimes seems something spiritual to your mental connection of physical exertion. In fact, I think about this about with sports.
Definitely.
Yes. I would be outside when I got into soccer. I'd be out for hours and hours juggling, getting better and better at these things I see videos of, and I'm like, man, this is so fun. But then there was a couple months where I was doing like pickup games, actually playing with people. And the things I did when I was in the zone, I never practiced. I'm like, I cannot believe that just happened. That's like,
wow.
That's like a Messi comp. Okay, now I'm exaggerating, but that's like a amazing pro soccer compilation. Like the mental blocks. If they weren't there, who knows what we could do.
That's what I feel like. Practice is only to just lay the groundwork, so when those moments come,
Yes.
they can be manifested. You know what I mean? Like your body is prepared to carry out what you naturally would have done in that moment. It's like physically sound. Like,
there really is like a mental game. Like I'm practicing one free kick over and over and over again. I'm like, in your mind, you're just like, if I just keep hitting this ball like this, I'll just eventually get better. But no, there's a mental aspect where I'm like, no, I the last 10 kicks, I was somewhere else. And that's what was wrong. Let me get back here. And now I'm kicking. Then the next 5 are wrong. I'm like, wait, what happened? It's all it's crazy. And then I put it down. I just go to bed. I wake up in the morning. The first kick is amazing. I'm like, it was all in my head. It's crazy.
Yeah. The only thing I don't usually, I don't play sports like that, but I run a lot. And what I notice is I used to prefer sprints because I get like a dopamine or whatever endorphin release after a hard sprint. But what I've started to attempt now is like medium low pace, but for an extremely long stretch of time. It brings out whatever weaknesses are deep inside. Like they won't last after a certain period of time. I've just noticed that it's not physically, like nothing's happening to my breathing or anything, but it's just the monotony of it.
Yeah.
You start to drift away, then you start to imagine a little bit, then you come back. Then it becomes this tug of war between like thinking, and then in order to not think about what I'm doing, and then I think about what I'm doing too much, then I overthink and I get stressed out, and then I stop stressing. You know what I mean? It's like this crazy world, all while I'm just trying to keep a steady pace running.
Yeah. It's a spiritual
That's
battle.
what I see, yeah. I guess. I love it though. Every
Amazing,
single
man.
part of it, I love it. Yeah. All right, man.
Pleasure to hear from you, sir. Call me
enjoy
again.
the show. Yeah, you too. Bye.
I'm getting so stuffy, chat. What the? I'm losing all credibility. All reputation doesn't exist. Remember, it's just in your mind. But my girls see me as a beta, sniffling. It's terrible. It's how am I ever going to recover from this? I did it all in 4K. I did it all on camera for. I'm sick on camera on 4K. What am I doing? If I had kids, they'd be done with their father. Be like, wow, I had a dad. Now I used to look up to my father. This was the last day. If I had kids, this was the last day that they looked up to me. So I don't know. Ever heard of vitamin C, dummy? We ended up just talking and doing topics, though. Way more talking and all that. We were supposed to just game and veg out. We were supposed to just do some gaming and just veg out. But I think we'll be going in a minute here, though. Thank you so much for all the support. Thank you, rumble.com/American Anchor Baby, punchy.tv/Anchor Baby. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Zyarg with the super chat says 48 hours fast halfway done. Trump is a rock star. Amazing address. Thank you for the support. All those coffees, thank you. Someone with the coffees yet again. This time with a message. I think it might be a different someone. I think buy me a coffee, if you don't put in a name, it's just someone. So who knows who the someone has been, but this time someone has a coffee with a message. If I had a metal pipe, I could slug it and hit the mark a mile away. If I had a metal pipe, I could slug it and hit the mark a mile away. Thank you, someone. I'm not following. Eric with the coffee says, Nick, here's a challenge for you and your audience. Give me one example of where having sex out of wedlock, isn't of the devil. And I'll send in 100 coffees. Hold on. Book. I'm not sure, Eric. When you are the last two on the earth and you must repopulate. There is no marriage. There is no man's marriage. There is only God's marriage at that point. There is no difference. There's no delineation. You are Adam and Eve. So that would be sex out of wedlock. I'm being intellectual. Eric, thank you for the coffees, man. If you remember, he was giving Chase a little advice, but whatever. Moving on. How you like that one? We got Art from Ohio. How you doing? On the air. I think we got someone from Ohio. Ohio going once. Mark in the chat. You were cracking me up earlier for some reason. What was it? Why were you cracking me up? Because, oh yeah, someone called in about an Indian girl they knew. Just a nice Indian girl that was telling them about the caste system back in India. And I look at the chat and it's just Mark. But did she dance like David danced? Did she dance like David danced? I'm like, Mark. You're the one who I can't bring, right? Like, I can't bring you anywhere. But did she dance like David danced? I gotta be honest with you. I put in some off hours into Arc Raiders. I'm gonna be honest with you. Shall we do like one raid or something? Let's do like a raid or something. I'm gonna go. That's it. That's it, folks. What can I say? I really like running around solo. That's my favorite. But here's one thing I don't like about running around solo. I wish that as I was running around solo, I would encounter teams. That's one thing I wish I could do. Because I could, both for social hijinks, but even for combat. I don't know. I really like being a solo against a team because they have to communicate with each other. And you go around and you start messing with them. Oh, it's all snowy. There's an event. There's an event going on. But we're a tough braided warrior. It's ma'am. It's ma'am. Do beware of frostbite. So yeah. What was I saying? I put some background hours into this. This is kind of fun. Can't remember the last game I played, like extensively. But what was I saying? Yeah, going up against teams would be cool if I was as a solo. So there's a frostbite thing now. If we stay outside, we get cold and we die. Press E and hold. Press old E and talk smack later when we find somebody. Ooh, give me that. Sorry, I'm sniffling and I meant to mute myself. You'll deal with it for now. So there's an event. I'm looking for berries. I don't really need anything from this map, do I? We need top of the control tower. Okay, where's the control tower? Over here. I guess we do have to go somewhere. But I would like some berries. Where are the berries? Any berries for me? Oh, we're not paying attention. Ouch! Through the... Right, there's a unified AI robotic force trying to eradicate humanity. My bad. I was strolling around, you know, like I was a free person. So, that's my bad. Let's get out of here. Let's get the hay out of here. My braids are freezing. Can I warm up in here? Oh, berries? Nope. I think I want that anyways, though. We've lost Nick to gaming. Was that a little slide move? How did that happen? What happens if I 180 really fast? Okay, never mind. Okay, let's get out of the cold. Enemies? I hear enemies. I hear fighting. Humans versus robots. Will they be our friends? Will the humans be our friends if we help them against the robot? There you go, buddy. I'm a human. I've got your back. There you go. I'm a human being. I got your back. It's us against them, right? Hey, I won't bother you. I'm not gonna shoot you. I'm gonna stay away from you. Oh, more. Ah! Did not take that out fast enough. That can't happen again. We learned our lesson. Shut up!
Don't shoot!
Just us? trash. I thought we were brothers. That hurt. That blew up in my face. Mushrooms. Strange mushrooms? Don't mind if I do. Alright, let's get the H out of here. What are these mushrooms for? Anybody know? Ooh. You're not very smart. Oh, he's stuck on the wall. Come here. Come here! There's another one. Ooh. Come here. Jeez. We're making our way. No, this is called Arc Raiders. It's not called, uh-oh. Not again! We're alive. You could die at any corner. You're gonna get me killed, chat. No. But, it's called Arc Raiders. What's up, Rick? Is this thing on, Rick? You there? Merry Christmas, Rick. Rick, Hampton, Virginia. Are we going to get Rick during Arc Raiders? Rick from Hampton, Virginia, going once. Oh, hold on, Rick. All right. Maybe his phone's dead or phone's there's a problem with his phone. We don't need anything here, I don't think. We could just move on. Oh, I'll take that. I'll take that. I will take that. I will take that. You know what? Why don't we just check everything? Actually. Since I found goodies I needed. We have space. We have room. Give me all that. Goop. Give me the goop. Blue goop. Green goop. I'll take it. Give me that. Are we the baddies? Oh, jeez. That's what I get. I deserve that. I deserve that. Good thing they drop batteries. Are we the baddies? You know, just patch yourself up from an explosion. Yeah, so realistic. So we need to go to the control tower. Where's that? Is that up there?
Hello.
Got him.
Yo, what's up, Nick?
Hey, is this Jermaine? Oh.
Jermaine.
Oh,
This is
Zenny.
Jaden.
Oh, Jaden. What's up, man? I can't hear you through these explosions. How you doing, sir?
Amazing. This is Jaden from California. You remember me?
Of course I remember you.
Right. I called you like 3 months before I forgave my mom, or 3 months ago before I forgave my mom. I just realized
Yeah.
I never called you back to tell you how it went.
Well, tell me about it. Wait, hold on. Let me get to a chill spot. Sir Jaden, nice to have you here. I remember.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm familiar with you talking about this over the months. So you went and forgave. Tell us about it.
I went. I forgave my mom. I was gonna do it. So I called your stream, and I was gonna do it the next day, but the fear made me back out, and I said I'll do it tomorrow, right? So I went to sleep, right, and that was the worst thing I could have done because when I woke up, it was as if I made it like a dragon, right? So it felt like I was going to the cross that morning because I had like put it off for so long, 2 years of putting it off, and then that final day of putting it off. So it was bad. Like I didn't want to do that day, but I put on Jesse's like stream on the TV, and he was saying something like, "You're never gonna get the confidence until you actually go do it." So that's when I was like, "Oh."
And just for a little context, right? You were living with your mother. You're getting set to start school or like something else in your life. And at the time you were living with her, maybe you still are. Is that the setting still?
Yeah, I was living with her.
Yep. Go on.
So this guy's blasting rap right now. Yeah, so I went in there, and it was like, to explain it spiritually. Oh my gosh, this guy's blasting rap. Sorry. Can you hear that rap or no? Is it good?
I hear you. I hear the rap too, though.
All right, let me move real quick. Yeah, forgiving her, it was like the craziest thing that's ever happened to me, man. It was like in that moment, I literally felt like I had a golden halo around me that was like making me invincible, right? Like nothing I ever described before. And Jesse was definitely right that you won't get the confidence until you actually do it. Because up to the point where I went in there, I was like shaking, bro. Like my throat had an apple in it. It hurt to like swallow.
Yep.
Like I was about to cry, dude. It was bad, man. But once I did it, I think I was a little excited at first. There was some lasting change, but there was mostly just excitement at first. And that's what made me feel so strong. Dude, I was literally dancing down the street like freaking Tobey Maguire in that like third Spider-Man movie, dude. I was dancing around, fucking. I was giving. Sorry for cussing, but I was giving him like handshakes on the street and stuff. Like it was awesome, bro. And then I became homeless for the past 3 months after that. That's like a journey, right?
Oh yeah, I think I remember you saying
And
that.
I've learned a lot about that too.
Wow. So, what do you mean?
I've learned that really the only thing that what I'm trying to put this into words. The main thing I learned is that you have a real life, right? And your real life is almost like a narrative. So if you notice when you're on your purpose, I don't even want to say on your purpose because that sounds like an ego thing, right? But when you're doing the things you're supposed to be doing, you'll notice your life is always moving forward in a direction towards something, not just on the outside, but on the inside. Like you're changing and understanding new things, right? Whereas when you're stagnant, you're just repeating the same things every day, right? But you have that real life, and then you have distractions. And so I realized that because when you're homeless, I had no phone until like 3 weeks ago. I got a phone for a few days. I got it stolen, and I got this phone a few days ago. So I've had no distractions out here practically for those 3 months, and it was awesome. I really recommend that for any of your viewers, is to be homeless, or at least just give up all your distractions like your phone,
Wow.
YouTube, all that stuff for 3 months, and you will gain so much clarity during that time, so much wisdom. It's insane. And you'll realize that there was never even really a point of you going on your phone during that time other than to distract from your real life.
Or I bet you, to some degree, even a point of going homeless, right? Not to, right? Like, it was always internal.
What?
Interesting, man.
You said
Very,
what?
very interesting. I said that it was always internal.
Right. And I noticed, yeah, that's another thing. I noticed that I didn't need to be homeless, right? Because I became homeless. I thought the suffering was going to wake me up, right? But it was really the lack of distractions that woke me up. The suffering really
Wow.
wasn't there. It's kind of easy to be homeless, I'm not going to lie. Like, I haven't
Interesting.
begged anyone for food. They've given it to me. It's easy. But the lack of distractions is what woke me up.
Fascinating, Jaden.
Yep.
Side note, out of
but I
curiosity, go ahead, please.
Yeah, I was just going to say that I still, and this is what I kind of want to talk to you about, is like I still have that anger, right? But, you know, it is more manageable now because at least I'm not blaming anyone. I talked to Aaron about this, is like you have no one left to blame for your anger once you forgive,
Yes.
right? So it's almost as if before my anger was like a string attached to like my mom and my dad, and sometimes attached to my ex-girlfriends or whatever, you know, or like my friends. But then once I forgave my mom, it's like all that string is just now bundled up in my hand, and it's just mine. I'm just holding my anger now.
And you know what's even funnier than that is that it's that, like, the string you're even that's so-called holding on to is like a mere feeling, thought, and habit, a monkey on your back. It's really right now
Monkey on your back?
now it's like on you. Now it's like, now the work begins. Now you can work on now it's like, now I have to really be, now I can be trying, now I have to like be perfect or realize or understand why I'm not, and die from it every day. Now the work begins. It's on, because it's, yeah, you're right. You're finished with your parents, and it's like,
So
because you mean it, you forgive them. It's like, wow, it's really over.
I want to ask you, maybe you don't know this, maybe you do, right? But what really is the point of life when you think about it? Because we can say all this stuff like it's to know God, it's to drop your anger, it's to be present, but those really are all just basic requirements. It's like to breathe, right? Like dropping your anger and being present is just what you're supposed to be doing naturally. I don't think that can be the meaning of life, but people just say that because they're not doing those things, and so they make them more important than like what is the real meaning, because they haven't, like, people who are not present think being present is the end goal, but people who are already present, there's like something else. You know what I mean? What do you think that is, or do you have a thought on that?
I don't really have a thought on that, because it seems to me like there's only one thing to really do, and it's like you can't even do it, but it's still like, if I may summarize, I may use different ways to summarize this exact same concept, but right now it makes sense like this: to summarize, to understand myself. And if I understand myself, I understand others, I understand all things. And it's in that, what you're talking about, watching myself, overcoming hell, you're like, it has to be something more than that, but I find that it's in that all the mysteries of the universe are revealed. But, you know, like, I'm in the revealing, I guess. But yeah, the revealing part.
Yeah. But even if you reveal the mysteries, which you're right, it does happen. I feel like there's something else on top of those mysteries because it's only a mystery because we're in the fallen state, right? We were like perfect; it wouldn't be a mystery to us. But then there has to be something else you do on top of that. But maybe that's just me thinking about it.
I really don't know. I gotta say, it seems like I've tried to do all sorts of things, but the only thing that I found positive in my life, and it's funny because I can only see it after and looking back, is what we're talking about. Working on myself, going back to no plans, going back to don't do anything about it, go back to what I know is true.
Interesting. You know, I wanted to ask you another thing, if you don't mind.
Of
about
course.
your. I noticed that every single sin, meaning every single thought and emotion, has something to do with your body, right? Like you want to have sex, right? That's your body that wants to do that. You want to kill someone. That's your body that wants to do that, right? I don't really think it's even your spirit that wants to do those things, but if you believe you're your body, then you will do those things. So I've been thinking lately, like the only sin is to believe that you're your body, right? Because otherwise, if you didn't believe that, then no matter what the body told you, unless it was like dying or something, right? Unless you had an exploded appendix, right?
Right.
But no matter what the body told you, you just wouldn't do it because you know you're not the body.
You know, I gotta say, you're really onto something with that. You're really, really onto something with that, I think. Because, you know, if you just had the space, if you just didn't go with the first thought and the first emotion, the first knee jerk, almost every single time I've noticed, wow, I didn't really want to do that. I didn't really want to be, say, think, any of that. And so there's something to what you're saying, man. Because if I didn't go with that the first thought, the first reaction, whenever there's space, I always am glad because I see, wow, I didn't really want to be, say, do, or any of that. Yep.
Yeah, like when you're working out and you get the thought to quit, but you
Yes.
don't, and then you're like, wow, why did I want to
Why
quit?
did I want to
could have
quit?
done
Yeah.
that easy, dude.
Literally, it's like the last set. It's the most important set. I'm like, okay, I think it's enough for today. I'll work harder next time. And then I'm like, wait, what? Where's that thought coming from? Finish the set.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, it's shocking.
It is amazing.
Yeah.
And another thing I realized is there's even a thought of like resisting the urge, right? There's like, if you get the urge and then you start thinking about, oh, now I got to resist it. Right now I'm resisting. It's resisting.
That's another
But
thing.
that's another
Yep.
That's another thought. You're not even resisting it.
Because now
It's
you're
like a
dreading the
game.
resisting.
Right, exactly. But there also is a resistance, I feel like, right? Because if there wasn't a resistance, why can't I just instantly right now,
Yep.
like, not do anything ever again that I'm not supposed to?
That's such a good question. I wish you could ask a whole room of people this question. But I think it's partly we don't really want to, but I think it's also partly when it's people like us who are working on this and we know some of these things, it's what you just said. It's that we go into another thought about it, and now we're having to resist it, and that becomes difficult. It's not supposed to be difficult. You're just supposed to stop thinking about it. But upon thinking about let's say you're trying to resist some girl or something, right? You're trying to resist something. As you think about how hard it is going to be to resist that thing, you are going to fail because it will become too hard to resist that thing. Because now you're thinking about how hard it is to resist that thing. But that's the trick. That you have to just not think about it. And I know that's hard. I guess that's hard, but you'll notice that you only want to think about it because you want to think about it. But, you know, it's the thing that you got to deal with. But what's happening is what you're saying. You're going to another thought about it, thinking about how hard it is to resist it, making it hard to resist. And because you're already like a weak person, you're already like, I go with my first reaction. I go with weakness. You know, you're making things hard for yourself. It's just don't think about it, which is like almost counterintuitive. When you tell someone to don't think about it, you think about it. But it's essentially that simple. It's essentially that or that visceral. You have to just not think about it.
But so be like present, right? Like actually be
I love
present.
that. Yes. Presence. being present.
Isn't there also a resistance? Have you experienced a resistance to like being present as well? For me, if I have that urge, I'm like, okay, present time. Okay, we're gonna be present. Okay, I like keep saying, okay, we're gonna
Explain
be
what
present.
you
right?
mean.
Look at your hands, right?
Okay. I'm not following.
Okay, so if I have an urge, right, to let's say, I'll be wholesome. Let's say I want to cuss somebody out, right? Well, I can tell that I want to cuss someone out. So instantly I start thinking about how, okay, so now be present. If you're not present, you're going to go with the thought. So we have to be present, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I try to like look at my hands and then do all this stuff. But there's like a resistance there. And I can tell there's a resistance because I still like want to do it. But I'm telling myself to be present. But if I didn't want to do it, like there are times when people come up and insult me, right? And I literally have no thought about resisting or being present. Like I literally just don't care that they insulted me, and I just walk on, right? But if someone insults me and I have to keep telling myself to be present, that is a resistance, right? Is that a real resistance, or is that like a thought resistance?
For the purpose of our conversation, you could use that word, in my opinion, resistance. But if you really examine it, the resistance is merely your desire to not resist it, your desire to get mad, your desire to say, F that guy, I can't believe he said that. That's really the only resistance.
So the thought is the resistance?
Correct. You're having trouble with just because the part where you're telling yourself, I'm looking at my hands, I'm not going to get mad, I'm not going to go with the thoughts. That's fine. That's you practicing something that you're kind of like, trying to really understand. That's fine. That's not the part that's like the resistance part. It's the part right after that where after you're looking at your hands, you go right back to the thought that says, man, F that guy. And then you're going back and forth, switching, going back to the hands. The part that's the resistance, so to speak, if I may use that word to communicate with you, it's just the part of you that likes so much to say, F that guy, I can't believe he said that. Oh, oops, let me go back to my hands. Oh, man, but really F that guy. That's the part you love. That's the evil. That's the hell. That's the part that loves being mad. It's the part you've identified all your life with. It's the part that, its ego got hurt. Sorry, Chad. I had to extract out of that raid. 4 minutes left, but I wanted to keep talking with Jaden. Jaden, sorry. Side note.
So, yes, that okay.
Did that make sense?
That is the only reason I bring it. I remember Joel had a conversation one time on one of his shows, and he was saying if you really overcame this thing, the way you overcome it is you just see that you don't want to do it anymore, right? Like if you have a problem with overeating, that was his example, you just see the negative effects it's had on you, and then you just don't want to overeat anymore because you see that it's not what you want to be doing, right? But if you have a resistance towards doing it, you still want to do it. Is that what you're saying?
That's not what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
But there's something to what you just said that I don't disagree with what you just said. It's in my mind, it's far more basic. It's far more basic than that's all. That might be on the money in some way, but it's already maybe too complicated because now you have to figure out, wow, this feeling I'm feeling, it means that I have this spiritual problem, and it means see how you have to make conclusions about yourself in your mind. You can avoid all that because all you got to know is because here's all I'm saying. It's far more basic. You're saying there's a resistance. It's hard to resist. Is essentially what you're saying. There's a difficulty in resisting because there's a deep feeling or a deep resistance going on within me. But I wanted to dispel the mystery. This feeling, this resistance you're talking about, I think we can point it out. It doesn't have to be a mystery. It's simply your desire to not want to resist, which sounds basic. It sounds maybe dumb, but think about it. When you're having that moment and you're like, let me pay attention to my hands, let me not get mad. What are you trying to resist at that moment? You're resisting the desire to go with the thoughts. And the thoughts are usually very basic. They're basic. We all know them. Something got to your ego. Something got to your emotions. Something got to you. And that's all it is. I wouldn't make any deeper spiritual conclusions from that. You already know what's going on within you. You already forgave. You did the work. You understand that. There's no going back. There's no, I'm falling back. I lied to myself. All thoughts are all lies. They're just words I didn't truly understand. You could stop with all that. You forgave. Now the resistance is simply you actually seeing how you're not nice. You want to get mad at that person who got to your ego. And in just seeing that, that's the work.
I don't know about that. I don't know if that's just the work. I know
Tell me
Jesse says that you must just observe, but maybe I'm doing it wrong. You could tell me, but
because the
when I
moment
start
you
to
see it,
observe
wouldn't you
that-
want to stop? The moment you truly see, wow, I'm actually, I'm not just, it's not that I just need to look at my hands in this moment. I need to really drop being mad at this guy who said that about me. That is the work. So the moment you just see that, the moment, but if you did in the moment, if you did just see it in the moment, it seems to me like the only logical response to that would be to stop, overcome. It's like there is no choice after that. You have to overcome and stop at that point because you're like, wow, I really see myself. I really see I'm tripping at this guy and my ego got hurt and I'm like hurt.
But when I look at the thoughts, they just get like stronger.
Yeah, because you're like you're conversing with them. You're going back and forth. You're like, but he did say that about me, and I'm pissed. And you're like, no. Let me go back to my no. Thoughts are lies. Thoughts are lies. But you know what? That guy is an asshole. Let me go back to my hands. That's fine. I like that you're practicing that, but understand what's happening. You're conversing with it.
No, I mean like if I'm sitting in my room and somebody made me angry, and I'm like, all right, I got to be still.
Yeah.
Just sit here with it, right? It just broods. It doesn't like go away. It just festers like a freaking bacterium.
Because it already hurt your ego.
What?
Because it already hurt your ego. It got past the point. It got past your thoughts and way into your emotions. That's why that's happening. So that's why you're having to sit and brood and tell yourself, no, they're just thoughts. They're just thoughts. Know that your ego has been hurt. And it's not even you. This devil that hates to be shown what it really is what's mad. And that's all.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know if all you have to do is just observe it. I haven't experienced that. I've experienced that afterwards when it's done, and then I observe that, okay, maybe that was stupid. But definitely not in the moment. Not in the moment have I ever observed that I'm being stupid right now.
Dude, this is like you know what the answer is to what you just said? Stick with it, stick with it, stick with it. Like for real. That's actually the response. Literally been there. Literally know exactly what you're talking about.
Stick with just afterwards observing is stupid?
Well, yeah, just stick with observing and because you just said I have not experienced what you said. Instead, what I experience is like I see things afterwards. Right?
Yeah.
So it's okay. Stick with you not knowing, you not experiencing what I'm talking about, and just stick with just watching what you're watching. I suspect you will, if I may be so presumptuous, because I'm very familiar with what you're talking about.
So would you say that you have no anger, Nick?
I wouldn't say that.
Would you say honestly that from what you've seen of Jesse that he has no anger? From what you can observe?
Yeah, from what I can see, it's crazy.
Wow. Okay, so what do you think that what's the sauce that Jesse has that me and you are missing?
He's committed to he's committed to doubting those thoughts. He's committed. It seems to me like he's committed to that. Committed to praying morning and night, watching those thoughts and watching what's going on within him every day. I get that impression, if I may say so.
I guess then the question would be, how do you become committed, or how do you become committed? Is it even something you could do, or just?
I think we're working on it. You know, I think in a lot of cases we just simply don't know. We're like animals in this world, and you may even hear the truth, and you're like, that's maybe somewhat true, and then you go on some time, and you're like, hold up, that's way truer than I thought. In fact, that was about me. And then you start cleaning up. You didn't know you were dirty. You know. I think it's a
No,
matter
I
of
don't.
knowing and not knowing, and then you see, and then you don't see, and you see.
Like, is there something practically you do to be committed, or no?
I wouldn't know how to answer that. I think I've over the years. I don't know how to answer that. I don't think so. I think if you, cause I don't think there's something you could do to be committed, because this committed you're talking about is a matter of mindset. It's our mind that's wrong. And that's both the simplest and the most difficult thing to do. But this committed you're talking about is a matter of mindset. If you simply knew and believed that you were free, then you would be. So this, what can I do to be committed? It sounds to me like you're saying, what can I do to just believe something? Let's just believe it. But obviously, me telling you that's not going to change you. You know this far too well.
Right. Well, I mean, like, Jesse gives assignments, right? I don't really like a lot of his assignments because they don't really tell you to do anything. They kind of just tell you to do what he's already been. He's just saying, like, be still, basically, and observe. But an assignment that, like, I don't think that works for everyone, especially not me, bro. I mean, I know I learn more if someone tells me, all right, you're going to sit and literally do nothing for 3 days straight. Then I could, okay, well, I know that I'm not doing it if I don't sit for 3 days. So it's like an easier guideline for me. And then because of that, I might gain something from it.
But that's not how life works. Life doesn't it doesn't conform to your comfort. It's in discomfort.
Well, not comfort.
It's in discomfort, in your weakness, in your sadness, in your confusion that you find strength, truth, anything like this.
It's
a semblance
confusion.
of that.
That's the problem. Confusion. It's not about discomfort. It's because I don't like being confused on what.
That is.
Am I catching the first thought? What does it mean to catch the first thought? Right. Like,
there
that's
you
the
go.
assignment.
You get the pain in your stomach and you throw it away and you ignore it for a week. And let's just hear what Jesse says.
I was gonna say, don't do the assignment. Just wait.
No, I'm saying I'm familiar with what you're talking about. Yeah, you hear, I don't understand this. First, catch the first thought. You feel confusion. You feel the pain, and you throw away the assignment for a week, and you just listen at the end of the week.
Okay, I'll do that.
No, I'm not telling you to do that. I'm saying I'm familiar with that pattern.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not judging you for it, but it is a pattern.
Well, I'm already doing that, so I'll just keep doing that because I've been doing that for this entire week.
Suffer and die, because the assignments, like he says, are for they're not for him. They're for you. They're for maybe you learn. And it's like, if it is the same thing of week after week, why are you unable to do? Or wait, are you able to do the assignments perfectly? Please present to the class. We want to know because we're trying to overcome, right? So that that's what the assignments are for.
Amazing.
I've really good talking to you, Nick. I've really enjoyed this call. Jaden, can you call me again unless there's something else you want to speak on?
Oh, I did ask you a biblical question. Did you see my biblical question in DMs?
Let me see. That was you.
If
that
Jesus
was
said
you.
He is our brother. Yes.
If Jesus said he is our brother, why do you put him above you? It's a nice question.
Right.
That's
one for the Bible thumpers.
That's one for the Bible thumpers for sure. Jada, man.
Bible Thumper Thursday.
A pleasure, sir.
Alrighty, peace.
Call me again. I had to extract out of that raid in the middle of that call there. I don't know if anybody caught that, but we're alive. We're set. I put myself in a little room to protect myself. By the way, all right, folks. What can I say? I hope you've enjoyed the stream here. We did a lot more talk. We just did like kind of a regular crib stream. No real topics, but plenty of calls. Hanging out with the people. I do appreciate it. Amazing super chats and support. So thank you. I appreciate it, Cloud Bops. I will. I think it's time for some. Does Nick know that his screen is black? My bad. Yeah, I'm like, what? We didn't even do anything that last raid. We had a lovely call there. That was great. You know, in the middle of the chaos. But I think I'm gonna just go get some rest or something. Get some fluids or whatever it is you're supposed to do. I love the ASMR, all the sounds. So nice. All the like little clicky clacks. You know? It's so satisfying. Excuse me. There's no room in my stash. Recyclable. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Got so much stuff. Don't know where to put it all. You know, it's like a post-apocalyptic future, right? So we got to make our guns and stuff out of plastic and random plastic and metal ephemera. So, you know, we got to stay stocked up. Shall we do one little raid together and just go? Actually, I don't even want to do that, to be honest. Folks, hope you enjoyed a little stream here. I'll be back for more. I think for more American Anchor Baby tomorrow. Ninja Gaiden 1988. What? Was that like a side scroller? Oh yeah, it's 2D side scroller. From Ninja Gaiden 1988 to Arc Raiders. Arc Raiders. Bark Braiders. I mean, we're geared up, right? Why not? See if we can find some little berries, little cherries and berries for our event. Okay, just for one for the folks, one for the culture, and then we'll go rest up. I'll get like I don't know. I'll get some stuff. But yeah, tomorrow, American Anchor Baby, open line Friday, as we do. Do we bring everything? Uh-oh. It's ma'am! Oh. In the snow. It's ma'am. Okay. We're going to the control tower.
Let's go to research and administration.
Sure. Moving tactical. UAV online. Oh, and keep your eyes out for red berries bushes. We need the berries. Ooh. Don't mind if I do. No, actually. Wait, where's the control tower? I'm going the wrong way. Fighting behind us. We got a wasp. We've got a wasp to our left. Uh-oh. I'm about to die. We're so cold, look. It's so cold in the deep. How do we supposed to keep peace? We found berries. Grabbing berries. Put those in the back pocket. It's so cold in the deep. It's so cold in the deep. How do we supposed to keep peace? Berries. Give me that. Can we warm up in here? I'm so cold. Mason, you was like a brother to me. It's so cold in the day. We hear shots inside. People are in there. Hey, citizen. I'm a human like you. Excuse me, citizen. I'm merely a human like you. Hello, citizen. I'm merely a human. Against the robots like you. I mean no harm. Don't mind if I do. Don't mind if... Ooh, I don't need those. I don't shoot that. Trash. I don't shoot such trash. Give me that. Give me that. Okay, there's explosions. Okay. I'm trying to voice chat out loud. I'm telling them I'm no harm. I mean no harm. Hey, hello, citizen. I mean no harm. I'm simply a human against the robots, just like you, citizen. Meanwhile, I'm going to kill them. No, that's a joke, chat. I'm not going to do that. How do we get on the roof? Excuse me, citizen. How do I get on the roof? I am not here to harm you, citizen. Ooh, I think we found it. Some people out here, they're itchy on the trigger finger, so you know. Uh-oh, what did I just do? These streets ain't... It's hard. Oh, they're right here. We got a person. We got a person over here. Okay, actually, how do I do this quest? Damn Battlegrounds, install LiDAR scanner on the top of the control tower. I don't think we're on the control tower. Don't think this is the way, actually. Let's get out here. State your name, citizen. Wait, where's the control tower, bro? Oh, administration office. Okay. Maybe it's over here. Oh, what? Staff room. That's not where we want to go. Ooh, up here? Nope. Is there a roof down the zip, right, door, left, breach? Down the zip, right, and door left breach. Down the zip, right. Come on, man, bust your gun. Right, and door left breach. Door left. Do I have to go up there? Sorry, 3 rights. Oh, okay. Down the zip. Right. Oh, but I don't have the key for this. There you go. Or unless you mean this way. Door left breach. Control tower. Yes. You're a genius. You're a genius. You're a genius. Here we go. Uh-oh. That's not good. Get back down. Get back down! We got this, boys. We're professionals. Don't worry. Can it even see me down here? Dummy. Oh yeah. It totally can see me down here. If this was real life, those bullets should be going through this flimsy little thing. I should be shredded. But it's okay. Give me that. Is there more? Because we're in it now. We're in for the long haul now. Here we go. People have been here. A clue? A clue? A clue? More clues. Hello, citizen. State your name. Hello, citizen. My name is It's Ma'am. I'm simply here against the robots just like you. I mean no harm. I go by It's Ma'am. Oh, they're dead. I think they're dead. Yep, that's it for them. Let's do some target practice. Uh-oh. Come over here. Get over here. It went down? I think we need whatever is in one of those. Okay, so what do I do up here? Where do I set the LiDAR scanner, buddy? Hey, Hey. Hey, Raider. Oh, I found it. Right here. All right, let's get the H out of here. Oh! Another person. Hey. I mean no harm, citizen. Hey. What you want? What do you want? Do you want a hug? Because I don't got any of those. I don't got hugs. I got balazos, not abrazos, buddy. All right, we're alive. Hey, no. He's going to hug me. Get out of here. No abrazos, only balazos, buddy. Get the... No! I don't have the stamina. All right, you win. All right, you win. You win. I'm dying I'm dying frostbite. So he's not gonna kill us? I don't think this guy's gonna kill us. He's okay. He's okay. Well, let's walk ominously through this hallway while I'm behind you. Because there be killers in the streets. There be killers in these streets, man. You never know. Well, sir, I wish you well, citizen. There be killers in these streets, man. You a little too trusting. You a little too trusting, and anything can happen. Take your gun out. There we go. What's the worst that can happen? All right, let's get out of here. Let's...
Head home at the water treatment elevator.
Let's get the H out of here. Man, I love running around solo. That's the best. I just got into either that person could have killed us, or we just became, or it was like a, you know, a tickle fight. You never know. You just never know. Uh-oh. Ooh, I need mechanical parts. None. Has a fight just happened here? There's a fight here, I think. They killed something here. I'll take it. Oh, hey, whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, I don't... I'm like you, man. I'm like you. I'm just trying to go home. I got a wife and kids. Excuse me. Excuse me. There you go. Nick has the prey drive to run from the whites. You gotta watch it here. You gotta watch out. They be colonizing. Extraction complete. Okay, bro. I'm gonna go do something else. But we gotta come back to Arc Raiders. Many hijinks in this little game here. It's pretty fun. All right, folks. I hope you had a nice chill Thursday. I shall see y'all tomorrow. More American Anchor Baby, Open Line Friday, and all that. All right, folks. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday. Take care and all that. And for now, see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.